Now, we're going to approach the conclusions of these 2 days. So I would like to have on stage our host, the president of the Italian Biogas Consortium, Piero Gattoni. Welcome back.
Welcome back, Piero. Thank you. Good morning and thank you to everyone. I wish to thank, on behalf of the entire consortium, all the panelists of yesterday and today, thanking them for their contributions. But first of all, I would like to really thank Filippo Solibello with a warm round of applause because he was with us. He moderated these 2 days with his great skill. So on the second day, we approached more technical aspects, but basically we're speaking about the market as the overarching theme. And as we said, at this stage, it is important to analyze not just the production mix, but also what we will be able to channel and towards which markets. And thanks to our technologies, AD technologies, we can produce a renewable energy source, and one that can be planned, that can therefore be used in several markets. This is the first Biogas Italy event in person after the pandemic, and I wish to remember a friend with whom and a small group of farm entrepreneurs 12 years ago we got together to start speaking about the market of natural gas in the field of sector. Paolo Vettori was his friend, and he used to say something, and he used to say, you who belong to the CIB, either you're very good or you are very lucky. Of course, he would use a different expression because he used to use another expression. So whenever we organize an event, we always end up organizing it during a very important stage in the national debate. And in fact, if we had meant to organize this 2-day event at a better time of the year, we would not have been able to plan this. Today there is a Council of Ministers meeting and the Confindustria is meeting, and they're going to talk about energy prices, the increase in energy prices. And we are saying that for the first time, the topic of transition is perhaps addressed under a different banner. So producing renewable energy sources, producing biomethane, producing renewable gas does not just have the great goal of allowing the agricultural sector to be able to reach agro-green goals. Not only does it allow our agricultural sector to produce something that will make it more emission, also in terms of emission, but it becomes also a national level strategy objective target. It becomes something that can make this country more competitive overall. And I thank the Vice President Aurelio Regina for his witness, because this is something that has emerged very clearly. So today, the topic of energy supply and raw materials is a topic that has to do with the overall strategy adopted by a country. And we are addressing it. So today we have a further reason for establishing this alliance. Yesterday we had the 3 main associations, sector association here, together with an association of cooperatives. Today here we have the Vice President of Confindustria, the Italian Industrialist Association, and you see that the vision that they share with us is the same. I am a farmer, and my question, let's say my reflection, has to do with digested, because this allows me not to use chemical fertilizers. We know that the gas is more expensive, and as a consequence also fertilizers are going to become more expensive for farms and farmers. So this is a topic I'm interested in. I am expanding my facilities in the animal husbandry sector. The topic for me is what are overall costs going to be like? Are products going to be made? But perhaps today we should look at all these issues from a broader perspective. And it was interesting, again, to hear experiences. I want to thank Gianelletti and Gugno for their contribution, because at the end of the day, we understand the concrete experiences and the dialogue among worlds that seem to be very distant is in fact what can lead to solutions. Solutions that are also being considered at European level. We heard the words of Director Decker. The European Biogas Organization tells us that the future of biogas is biomethane and hydrogen in the consortium that we have promoted at European level has addressed the issue of whether to go for hydrogen or biomethane. In this case, too, our position was really far-sighted in terms of adopting an approach that would be based on both. So the two solutions are not in competition with one another. That's what we're saying. What we're saying is that we have already a turnkey solution, and in Italy, we have a development model and technologies that allow us to become leaders in Europe. So it's a good idea to place our stakes on both, considering that time forces us to start from the turnkey solutions, or ready-made solutions that we have, and that hydrogen too will require what we produce, which is biogenic hydrogen, carbon, sorry. So we will increasingly need biocarbon. What we can take home from at the end of these 2 days meeting is a number of things. The first being that the NRRP has changed our trajectories, our journey. Marco Pezzaglia, Professor Del Fanti have illustrated trajectories concerning production on different markets that we are imagining or that are being established. And the fact is that the PNIEC established that bioenergies would be reduced. That's what it set out at the time, the Climate and Energy Plan. Well, you may think that the entrepreneurial system is does not pay attention to these framework documents such as the PNIEC. In 2018, when we started having a production level that was a result of investments, when we came to see this plan that told us, well, you're not going to grow, you're going to be downsized, this was something that dealt a great blow to us. And that is why we think that establishing scenarios is essential, because these are indications that are provided to our entrepreneurial fabric and world. So it's a good thing that the recovery plan has changed this direction, and that it has set out ambitious development goals. Ambitious goals that have been also illustrated by the video of the AD of SNAM that has shown us that the company that transports natural gas is going to participate in going in the direction of carbon neutrality. This for us is essential, and it's a synergy that we have built together over time, and for which I have to thank individual people who work for the SNAM team, because of course them companies are made up by people, and with them we really manage to share a common vision. And then we are going to bring home also another important fact. So the presence of the of our ministry, and I think Mr. Vetturino, it's a very important thing with us, because the Ministry for Industry is working in the direction of providing us with what we don't have and that we are lacking. I know that the project concerning biomethane was a project that was very much supported by the San Romano Directorate, so I must thank them for what they have done so far. And I'm convinced that, as Angelo said in his introduction, we will also be able at this final stage to adopt an approach based on cooperation and proposals to turn into concrete actions what this vision that in the past few days has become commonly shared. We ask for final users to be destined to biomethane produced from agriculture, because these users are those that are more important for farming. Biomethane can also be produced from waste, and according to this vision, this is going to be devoted to transportation. So biomethane from waste can be used for these purposes. And then, of course, with Brussels, we can also, look at how to increase the transport sector. And then, of course, we need to solve issues related to sustainability and related to the amount of support to be provided that is consistent with the visions of companies that will have then to amortize their investments. I would say that we can bring home a few things. First of all, ecologic conversion is green possible, and the alliance between farming, agriculture, and our manufacturing sector is still green possible. That investing in research, development, and in the future, investing in the excellence of the made in Italy products, and the fact that this is again green possible, and also Italy's leading role is again green possible. So if the only way to come out of a crisis consists in addressing it, in facing it up, well, I think that over the past few years we did this precisely. We have addressed it, faced it with great courage and determination, and we are ready to reinvest in our great country. Thank you. Thank you, Piero Gattoni, President of the Italian Biogas Consortium. So before we end, I would like to also thank the entire CIB team that has worked very hard to organize this event, and they were great. So if you wish, you should come over to the stage for us to be able to thank you, because we really have to thank you for these 2 days. So thank you, Piero. Thanks to everyone.